You know, some moments in sports are just bigger than a single game. They can define an entire season, or, well, they can end one. And for the Toronto Raptors, Game 3 against Cleveland was exactly that moment. So let's dive into how they stared right into the abyss and decided to fight their way back.
I mean, the picture really couldn't have been more grim. After dropping the first 2 games on the road, the Raptors came home facing that dreaded 0-2 hole. Their backs were completely against the wall, and you could just feel the pressure mounting.
For so many teams, this is where the story just ends, right? It was the question every single fan was thinking. Was this promising season about to come to a sudden, painful stop? To really get what happened next, you have to appreciate just how close to the edge they truly were. But with absolutely everything on the line, in front of that roaring home crowd, 2 guys in particular decided, nope, not today. This is not how it ends. Now this is what it's all about. It's so real. This isn't just some pregame talk. This is RJ Barrett, a guy from Toronto, admitting he was so amped up he couldn't even sleep. Not from fear, but from just pure excitement. That's the kind of energy you absolutely need in a must-win game. And what did he do with all that sleepless energy? He channeled it into this: 33 points, a career playoff high. He didn't just play well, he absolutely went off. But get this, he wasn't alone. Incredibly, his teammate Scottie Barnes matched him shot for shot, also dropping a career playoff high of 33 points. I mean, come on, just an unbelievably electric performance from both of them. And this just shows you how historic that performance really was. They became only the 3rd duo in franchise history to each score 30+ in a playoff game. They put their names right next to legends like DeRozan, Lowry, and Kawhi Leonard. That's some elite company right there. And look, it wasn't just about the points. Barrett was on fire from deep, hitting an insane 6 of 8 threes. And Scottie Barnes, he was doing it all, dishing out 11 assists on top of his scoring. They were the whole package that night. This quote from Barnes just perfectly captures the team's whole vibe. It wasn't about being scared or desperate. It was determination. They were hungry. They knew they needed everybody on board. And that positive, all-in mindset is what really powered this win. And that attitude spread through the whole team because as amazing as Barrett and Barnes were, this victory was forged by the entire roster. I mean, just look at this. The bench was incredible. The rookie Collin Murray-Boyles comes in and sets a team record with 22 points. And Jamison Battle, who didn't even see the floor in the first 2 games, comes in cold and nails 4 huge threes. That is playoff basketball right there. And the story on the other side of the ball was just as impressive. Remember in Game 2 when Cleveland's big 3, Mitchell, Harden, and Mobley all cooked the Raptors for over 25 points each? Well, in Game 3, Toronto put the clamps on. They held every single one of them under 20. Just a total defensive masterclass. And who was leading that defensive charge? You guessed it, Scottie Barnes. The coach made sure to point out that Scottie stepped up and took on the toughest defensive jobs. He literally did everything for his team that night. But for all the heroics, the game was still hanging in the balance. It was a dogfight, and it all came down to those final 12 minutes. This timeline tells you everything. It was tied at the half. After 3 quarters, the Raptors were clinging to a tiny 2-point lead. It was anybody's game. Until, suddenly, it wasn't. And then, the 4th quarter happened. Man, the Raptors didn't just win the final period, they owned it. They just exploded, outscoring the Cavs 43-23. They completely blew the doors off the building and left 0 doubt about who wanted it more. A 20-point swing in 12 minutes to save their season. Wow. So what does a win like that actually mean? Well, it's way more than just one victory. It's a seismic shift in momentum. You can just feel the atmosphere in Barrett's words, right? The home crowd was absolutely electric, and you could see the team feeding off of it. They played hard, they played for each other, and they put on a show. And that's the real bottom line here. This wasn't just about avoiding a sweep. This was a statement. The series is now 2-1. The Raptors are right back in this fight, and now they believe they can not only hang with Cleveland, but they can beat them. Which, of course, brings us to the biggest question of all. They've shown what they can do, they've proved they can handle the pressure, so now, with all this momentum, can they protect their home court one more time and tie this thing up?
All eyes are on Game 4. It just became everything.